You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about the Colts. Yeah, the Indianapolis Colts. So a team that jumped out there trying to run away with it. All right, trying to run away with the AFC, and all of a sudden, my fortunes have changed with Indianapolis. Not only have they changed, they've gotten worse. And you may be thinking, how can they get worse? Yeah, they were in a bit of a skid anyway. And we all knew, look, Shane Steichen made the official announcement, QB Daniel Jones out for the remainder of the year, torn Achilles. I don't know if you guys realize this, but Leonard is also hurt. And now his status for a game against Seattle. We'll get to that in a minute. Dealing with a knee injury leaves his status for Sunday's game at Seattle uncertain. Daniel Jones going to have surgery. I mean, look, it's not exactly like rookie Riley Leonard lit the world on fire. 18 of 29, 145, 62% completion, but he tried his best. He tried his best. By the way, in case you're wondering, well, isn't Anthony Richardson still on this team? He's on IR. I mean, it's about the most nightmarish scenario now for a team that was all up in the playoffs. They are officially the first team out now. All right, you see that. Drop 2 spots, 8-5. Playoff probability, 42%. 42%. So, yeah, it's getting ugly early. This is the schedule right here, and we'll get to Shane Steichen because I did not realize there was a Colts fandom. There's a revolt going on right now against Shane Steichen, and some fans are wanting him out. Now, I may have brought this up in a video earlier. If I didn't, I'll bring it up again. I saw the list of potential coaching candidates for 2026. Did you plan on hiring Bill Belichick? Or Cliff Kingsbury? Or Robert Saleh? Because that's your 3 big names. After that, I mean, your defensive coordinator is one of the guys on the list. But Shane Steichen, after seeing that list, frankly, y'all might fire him. He might get hired immediately. I was kind of shocked. I was like, wow, they want him run out under the circumstances of all these injuries? I was a little surprised by that. This is the remaining schedule. All right. At Seahawks, yikes. 49ers in Indianapolis, yikes. Jags at Colts. That may be your winnable game. Your one-ass winnable game now. Because at Texans, with the Texans defense against who knows who's going to be your quarterback, I don't think that can happen. I don't think that will happen. Jags is always a wild card. In Indianapolis, you would think, maybe. But, I mean, the Jags just hung 36 on you yesterday. In case you're wondering, this is the current free agent crop. C.J. Beathard, who has not been on a team since 2023. I didn't even realize that. I didn't realize, I don't know if he was on a team. Well, let me look. Nope. I think he got a look by the Lions, but that was about it. He's 32 years old now. Actually, out of all these names, he would probably be the one guy I would look at, though. Jake Fromm, no. Jeff Driscoll, good God. Probably not. But Beathard's got the most playing time. He started 13 games. He's been in 32. Actually, he played for my Niners in 2020. He was a little sneaky in 2020. 6 touchdowns, no picks, 63% completion percentage. Kind of a guy that when Kyle Shanahan drafted him, Kyle wondered if he could not make him into a starter. And obviously better options called Jimmy Garoppolo showed up, and the rest was history from there, right? But anyway, this is pretty much a nightmare. And so now you got things like this, like if you want Shane Steichen and Chris Ballard to be fired. I saw that and was like, holy, really? You got Eagles fans begging him to be fired because he would get hired back as an offensive coordinator with the Eagles immediately. They still talk of his presence with Philadelphia. Make no mistake, I put this entire collapse of Shane Steichen. He's been the worst play caller the last month than Frank Wright. And that takes effing skill. Shane Steichen has to go. Sorry, guys, no effing way he chose to pass the ball on 31. Jonathan Taylor probably wants out after this season. He's not getting the ball on simplest of plays. I get it, but there's a lot of OCs that's going to call a pass on 3rd and 1. That is a thing. Fire Shane Steichen into the sun. That was atrocious. Shane Steichen's getting fired, starting 7-1, and then missing the playoffs. No way he's keeping his job. Genuine question, Shane Steichen effing retarded? Interesting. Shane Steichen's an effing moron. Why are you running out of the shotgun on 4th and inches? He should be effing fired. Tush push the quarterback, you effing retard. All right. Shane Steichen won't run it on 3rd and 1. I would have run it on 3rd and 1 because of the quarterback situation. I mean, I get being upset over that, but I just don't, this is Shane Steichen's record. He's 25-22. You're cruising your way towards 9-8 or 8-9 again. And with your quarterbacks being hurt, I just don't think the leadership, the ownership now is going to move off the coach under the circumstances. Now, if Daniel Jones hadn't gotten hurt, and I'm talking about the broken leg too, all right, never mind this Achilles situation, but if he was completely healthy and you underwent this collapse where you missed the playoffs, I could see a firing being on the table then. But the moment that Shane Steichen is faced with starting Riley Leonard, losing Daniel Jones, who was on a revenge tour, and I don't know if you've checked out Daniel Jones' stats, but pretty good. Pretty good. Rehabilitation of the image there. So I don't know. That I would say if you had don't get me wrong, if you had a Ben Johnson, if you had a Mike Vrabel on the market, if you could work out a trade where you absolutely get Mike Tomlin. Yeah. I mean, if you could trade for somebody like Mike Tomlin, I would fire Shane Steichen. But if you're faced with hiring a Clint Kubiak or one of these guys, I mean, what are you going to do? Hiring Cliff Kingsbury just got shut out by the Vikings yesterday. I don't know. And I think he might arguably be the best candidate on the market. You hiring Belichick? Yeah. When you go to fire these coaches, I mean, what are you going to hire? Kevin Stefanski from the Browns. I do a lot of Browns videos. I don't know. I would probably think twice about that. I get it being Another one of these seasons where you're faced with possibly missing the playoffs this close. I can get how that could drive you nuts. I mean, before Kyle Shanahan, there was a bunch of years between Jim Harbaugh and Kyle where I was in hell as a 49ers fan. I'd have punched somebody in the mouth for an 8-9 or 9-8 season, though. I'm just pointing that out. Some competitiveness back during those days, the dark days, are the between Mariucci and Harbaugh years. That was a decade of, oh my God, bam, fork right to your eye. It was awful. Again, I'd hit somebody in the mouth over a 9-8 or 8-9. So you're telling me I'm going to be on the in the hunt graphic going into last week? I'd have been like, yeah, I'll sign up for that right now. Which is sad when you consider where the Niners had been at one time with all these Super Bowls. But boy, when you're in the middle of some ugly seasons, I don't know. I don't think Shane Steichen's getting fired. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll have to see. The Philadelphia Eagles fans would sure like to have him back as their OC right now. They won't be fighting over Kevin Stefanski. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.